So, as our today's topic says that let's discuss shorebirds. So, in this, as we are very lucky to have a good shoreline available to us, and we get visited by these waders in winter. So, this is about it. Let me tell you that I'm not expert on this subject, but over the years, as I live in coastal area, I got to experience these birds frequently in winter. So whatever knowledge I have gained from observing them or from studying them, I'm just going to share it with you. And I'm going to cover non-breeding plumages of these birds. Probably in the right season, we will do another session on breeding plumages of these birds, and we will follow it by the trail, like we are following this session by 2 trails where we will get to experience these birds. Okay, so I'll be sharing most common species which are available on our shorelines, and I'll try to help you with the different features of them, okay, and how we can make these birds easy. So let me start. So as you can see on my screen, it is flood of confusion. Why? Because as winter starts, these birds migrate to our shores in huge numbers. They come in huge flocks of thousands, in different colors, different sizes, and different shapes. But majority of this flock, like 70 to 80% of these flocks are consist these small waders, which are very similar looking, same color, same size, and they are very confusing. I mean, if you see this flock, there are many species, but they all look same. So that is why I'm calling them a flood of confusion. So how we can tackle this, we will see in coming slides. They come in different sizes, different shapes. So their bill shape and bill size depends upon the food they are going to eat. So as you see in this image, if you come from right, you can see stints, plovers, rhododendron. They are basically surface feeder. वो surface पे से अपना food उठाते हैं. They don't probe deep into the sand. So their bill is small. You can see the small bills of these 3 individuals. They basically feed on various small gastropod-like objects. As you go ahead, you will see green shank. Green shank will feed on small crabs and all. So they have slightly bigger bills. They can probe in water and find their food. As we go further, you'll see Vimbrel. Vimbrel have much longer bill than what these individuals have because it feeds on objects like crabs, which dig hole in a sand and go down. So they have to probe to find these crabs and all a little bit into the sand, so they have longer bills. Again, as we go ahead, we see oyster catchers and bar-tailed godwits. You must have seen them with longer bills. So their food is available in much deeper than what Vimbrel have to go through. So they have those longer bills so that they can extract those kind of marine worms and similar subjects which are much deeper in the sand. And in the end, we are getting curlews. Curlews have the longest bill of all waders. By size also they are bigger. So they have the longest bill, and they dig very deep into the sand to get objects like ghost shrimps and all. Okay. So their bill shapes depend on the food they are depending on. Okay. So उनके food के हिसाब से उनका bill design होता है. And one interesting thing I would like to tell you that see, when curlew digs this deep into the sand, how can it feel its prey? Because it can't see. So क्या होता है, उनके bill में nerves connected होते हैं, which act as a sensor to find any movement under the ground, and so they can track their prey and they can find it when they dig inside. Also, one important thing I want you to remember that as their food is different, their feeding behavior is also different. So whenever you watch these waders, try to observe their feeding behavior. It makes you easy to identify that particular wader, because everyone will have different feeding behavior. Okay. So now, as you see, they have very uniform colors and uniform size, and so what can we do? Like school assembly है, उसमें सारे uniform पहन के बच्चे खड़े हैं, सारे एक जैसे ही दिख रहे हैं. So what can we do? Like school में क्या करते हैं? उनको standard wise या फिर उनके class wise उनको line up करते हैं. So same thing we will try to do. We will first we'll try to divide the sweater by their size, and we'll make 3 groups from them. First is large size waders, second we will do is medium size waders, and third we will do is small size waders. So इसमें से जो small size waders है, वो उस पे हम ज़्यादा ध्यान देंगे. We will focus more on small size waders because they are very confusing. They are very similar looking. They come in large numbers, and it's very difficult to differentiate them from each other. बाकी जो 2 group है, they have very distinct features. We will see them. And they have different colors also, so they are comparatively easy to identify. So let's start with our first group, small size waders. So again, these same photo I have used, these are all small size waders. So as I said, they are of same color, same size, very difficult to differentiate them. So क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग? So if you observe these birds carefully, let me try to change my pointer. Okay. Can you see my pointer on my screen? Red dot?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. So, see the bill of this bird. Okay? Now compare the bill of this bird with this bird. It's different, right? Again, if you go here, this bird has longer bill. So, they have different bill structure. As I said, it depends on their prey. So what they are eating, they will have built according to that. Okay. So we will try to differentiate them with the size of bill. So we'll divide these small waders again into group of 3. So first should be waders with smaller bill. Second will be waders with medium size bill, and third will be waders with long size bill. So इससे क्या हो जाएगा कि अपने पास सपोज एक 10-12 स्पीशीज है, तो 10-12 स्पीशीज में ढूंढने से अच्छा we will divide them in 3 and we will get a much smaller number to compare with each other when we divide them in these small groups. So let's start with our first group. So waders with small bill. So उसमें क्या है, ज़्यादा करके plovers है. We have plovers into this. So we'll see these plovers one by one and try to see what features they have, what unique features from each other they have. Okay. So first is Kentish plover. As you can see, size is between 15 to 17. So this is the smallest plover. Size से वो small है. Now what are the features we have to look for? So white hind collar. So Kentish plover will have this continuous white hind collar which will go around its neck, and which will be unique compared to others. Okay. Then the bill. It has the smallest bill out of all 3, and it will be pointed and very fine looking bill. Okay. We'll check the legs. So इसके legs में color variation होगा. It will have various color. Their legs can be blackish or brownish or can be yellowish. But you have to look for this hind collar, which is very prominent feature of Kentish plover, and this small bill. Okay. So these are Kentish plover. Here you can see the that collar very clearly from the first picture. Okay. And if you see the bird on the right, you can see 2 flags on the leg of that bird. So this bird is ringed. Basically, ringing is done to study their migration pattern. So जहाँ पे भी आपको ऐसा bird दिखे, so try to get a good picture of it, or try to get this number on the flag or flag का color and report it to BNHS. Bands at bnhs.org. You can note it down, bands at bnhs.org. So BNHS will get the information about that bird, and they will also let you know कि उसका कहाँ पे banding हुआ है, कहाँ sighting हुआ है. So they will also get the information about their migration pattern. So it will be helpful for the science also. So next plover we have in this group of small bill is Tibetan sand plover, which was previously known as lesser sand plover. अभी वो divide हो गया है, split हो गया है 2 इसमें, Tibetan sand plover and Siberian sand plover. So in our region we get Tibetan sand plover. So this is 19 to 21 centimeters, slightly bigger than Kentish. Kentish was 15 to 17 centimeters, so it is obviously bigger than Kentish. Now we will see its features. Okay, so it lacks that white hind collar which Kentish has. So इसको वो नहीं रहता है. यहाँ पे neck, back of the neck will be brownish as its entire body is and head is. So वो एक हुआ. And it will have smaller bill. This is compared to the greater sand plover. Okay, outer थोड़ा मोटा होगा Kentish से and smaller होगा greater sand plover से, which we'll see next. Okay, और इसका जो bill है that will have blunt tip, मतलब एकदम sharp tip नहीं होगा उसको. जैसे हम लोग पेंसिल यूज करने के बाद उसका टिप हो जाता है ब्लंट, काइंड ऑफ दैट टिप इट विल हैव. ओके, एंड नेक्स्ट इट विल हैव डार्कर लेग्स एंड शॉर्टर लेग्स कंपेयर टू greater sand plover. Okay, so this plover will be bigger than Kentish but smaller than greater sand plover. Okay, again in this picture you can see the plover with a longer bill than Kentish plover, no collar, white collar. You can see blunt tip of the bill and dark legs here. Okay. So next is your greater sand plover. As name suggests, the size is biggest of 3, 22 to 25. Your lesser sand plover was between 19 to 21. So this is much bigger than lesser sand plover. So again, when you compare it with Kentish, तो उसको वो collar नहीं रहेगा. It will lack that white collar. Bill is definitely longer, and it has the sharp tip, like just sharpen किया हुआ pencil रहेगा उसकी तरह. At the end of the bill, it will be sharper. Okay. It will have tall and long and paler legs. Which basically, it will have greenish or yellowish legs compared to dark legs of lesser sand plover. एक और feature I wanted to tell you. I'll draw this with pen. Okay. Sorry. So जो बिल साइज है उसको कैसे देखना है, तो ये एंड ऑफ द आई से लेके बिल बेस तक का डिस्टेंस और बिल बेस से लेके बिल एंड तक का डिस्टेंस इसमें ज्यादा होगा बिल का. ओके, और अगर हम पीछे जाते हैं तो लेसर सैंड प्लोवर का ये वाला डिस्टेंस will be equal to the bill size, or bill size will be smaller than this distance. This is very difficult, but if you have the photo, you can try all this. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm going back. So now you can see these two plovers side by side. Let me change my pointer. So as I said, this is slightly bigger. Lesser sand plover is slightly smaller. You can see the bill. Bill is very long and sharp at the end, whereas this is small bill and blunt tip, darker leg, paler leg. Is that clear? You can say thumbs up in the chat. So I can, yeah, great. Thank you. Am I going too fast? You want me to slow down, or pace is good? Okay. Thank you, guys. This was, these are the main three in our group of small bill wala waders. Okay, I'll try to do next. So this is their bill comparison again. So you can see very fine, smaller bill to Kentish compared to the stouter, slightly medium-sized bill with blunt tip to the lesser sand plover, or now called Tibetan sand plover, and much bigger bill with the sharper edge to the a greater sand plover. Okay, so we can have one more plover into this, but this plover you will seldomly see at beaches. It prefers creeks or inland marshy land. So this is little ring plover. It will have size as big as Kentish plover, but it will have darker upper part. You can see brown color is much more darker than the Kentish plover. What are the features we have to look into? So it will have hind collar just like Kentish plover has. Okay, then it will have yellow legs compared to the darker legs of Kentish plover. Small black bill, and this eye ring. Can you see yellow eye ring? That is the main feature of lesser sand plover. It also have the indistinct buffish eyebrow, supercilium. So these are the individuals which fall into our first category. Okay, I hope you'll be able to see this video. As I said, you have to look for the behavior of bird when they feed. So this is typical for the Kentish, little ring plover. See, can you see the video? Just give me a thumbs up. Great. So what it is doing is it is tapping the ground before catching its prey. So just like वो दरवाजा खटखटा रहा है जैसे ही बाहर है उसको खा रहा है. Kind of it does look like that. No, it looks funny. So every wader will have such unique style of feeding or trying to catch their prey. So whenever you see the wader, you try to observe its behavior on the field. Let it be feeding behavior or other behavior. So that will make you easy to understand the species or identify the species. Okay, so now we'll move to next group, waders with a medium size. Okay, so these groups I have tried to make according to my understanding. You can make these group according to what makes you comfortable. जो आपको समझने में easy पड़े उस तरीके से आप उसको group कर सकते हो. So into this group I have kept two waders. This is basically little stint and this is sanderling. So let's see how to how can we see their features. Okay, I'll again use the pointer. So this is little stint, smallest of all the waders which we get here. They will be in huge numbers, like flock में सबसे ज़्यादा number इनका रहेगा, उसके बाद sand plovers रहेंगे. और इनका एक behavior भी बता दूं, अपना सिलाई मशीन का सुई जैसे रहता है ना, वैसे इनका feeding behavior. It is very small compared to what we have seen so far. It will have fine black bill, okay. Then it will have darker legs, and it will have mottled upper part. Like उसमें ऐसा scaly pattern रहेगा, which will be easier to differentiate from other stint we will see in coming slides. Okay, you can see the size of little stint. As I said, it is very small. These are all sand plovers. उसके सामने little stint को देखोगे तो कितना small है, छोटा है उसका size. Okay. Now this is sanderling. So sanderling जैसे मैं देखता हूँ तो मुझे टाइड का ऐड याद आता है because it is that white. जैसे सफेदी की चमकार हम लोग बोलते हैं ना वैसे. It is very white. So let's see its feature. It is 20 centimeters, quite big. It will have black bill, medium size black bill. Then it will have black legs and main feature it will lack hind toe. जो पीछे वाला यहाँ toe होता है बाकी waders को, it won't have that. उसकी वजह से उसको fast भागने में मदद होती है. It will have this black patched shoulder. कभी-कभी ये feathers उसके ऊपर आ जाते हैं तो वो दिखता नहीं है. Sorry, I'll go back. I have to tell few more features. So ये जो streaks दिख रहे हैं आप लोगों को वो भी उसमें typical pattern है जो head के side में जो streaks दिख रहे हैं. And interesting behavior of this is you will find a small flock of sanderlings always very close to waves, close to water. और जैसे ही wave आके पीछे जाता है वो kind of wave के पीछे भागता है food पकड़ने के लिए. जो wave से आता है आगे और wave जाने के बाद जो जगह होता है वहाँ पे वो भागता है. So it almost looks like sanderlings are chasing waves. उनमें पकड़ा पकड़ी चल रहा है ऐसा लगता है. So very interesting behavior of sanderling. So this is the size comparison of sanderling and little stint. So in field sometimes they are not together, they can be confused with each other, but sanderling is much bigger, much whiter, and little stint is very small in size. So remember this. इस ग्रुप में हम इसको भी ऐड कर सकते हैं. अगेन you will seldomly find them at shores. They prefer inland marshy lands or creeks. So this is stemming stint. Again, size is as good as little stint ka size. So what are the features we have to look? So again, bill is similar to little stint, fine black bill. Okay, it will have yellow legs. Okay, yellowish legs compared to dark legs of little stint. And uniform upper part. जैसे हमने little stint में देखा काफी heavy pattern का scales जैसा. So it won't have that pattern. It will have uniform upper part. Okay. And complete breast band जो little stint में नहीं रहता है. ये जो देख रहे हो brown breast band complete हो रहा है. That won't be there in little stint. कभी-कभी क्या होता है कि मड में ये पैर अंदर घुस के काले लगने लगते हैं. So how to differentiate in that case? So we can check other features like uniform upper part, complete breast band. We'll try to compare them side by side. So this is your little stint. This is your little stint and this is your temming stint. So अगर stance देखोगे तो little stint has upright stance where this has horizontal stance. If you see upper part pattern, this is very mottled, very heavy pattern compared to very uniform pattern. If you see breast band breaks here at the front and complete breast band, and if you compare the legs, these are darker legs, black legs compared to temming stint, yellow legs. Okay, we'll go ahead. So now third category will be waders with longer bills. These are very confusing waders of all. Okay, we'll try to understand how to differentiate them. So first is curlew sandpiper. Size will be between 18 to 23. If we compare with lesser sandplover will be between 19 to 21. So slightly bigger than or as equal as lesser sandplover. So what are the features we have to look into? Okay. So it will have longer down curve bill. You can see long bill appears fine and it curves down. नीचे झुक रहा है जैसे आगे जा रहा है वो. So longer down curve bill, longer dark leg, and this is in comparison with dunlin, which will come ahead. Okay. And it will have distinct supercilium. मतलब eyebrow उसका define लगेगा, आँख के पीछे जा रहा होगा. तो वो देखना. Dunlin and curlew sandpiper can be very tricky in the field also. So try to keep these features in mind, like longer down curve bill, supercilium, and longer legs. Okay. So this is the size comparison of curlew sandpiper with plovers. So it is as tall as sand plovers or slightly taller than sand plover. Okay, in the field. This is greater sand plover. This is lesser sand plover. You can see the size comparison of curlew. Again, you can see fine, long down curve bill, longer legs. Okay, and supercilium. Now next is dunlin. Dunlin ka size is between 16 to 22, which is slightly smaller than your sand plovers or as tall as sand plovers. So इसके क्या features है? It looks very much similar to curlew sandpiper. So उससे कैसे उसको differentiate करना है? Let's see. So when it comes to bill, it is much shorter than curlew sandpiper and less down curve और नीचे झुक रहा है लेकिन उतना कर्व नहीं है जितना curlew में रहता है. And if you see the bill, it appears thicker than curlew sandpiper's bill, which appears finer. Okay. So other thing is shorter, darker legs. So curlew में लंबे पैर होते हैं, इसमें short legs होते हैं. And indistinct supercilium. इसका supercilium variable होता है, mostly इसमें दिखता नहीं है, कभी कभी होता है तो वो आँख के आगे तक ही होता है, आगे जाते हुए नहीं दिखता है. And curlew sandpipers थोड़े light color में होते हैं, ये darker होते हैं color में. Upper parts की बात कर रहा हूँ. Okay. So this is your dunlin compared to your sand plover, slightly appears shorter or as tall as sand plover. Again, you can see short, less down curve, thicker bill, broader bill, and shorter leg, and indistinct supercilium. Now we can compare them side by side. Okay, so this is curlew sandpiper, this is dunlin. So as I said, पहले bill देखते हैं. Bill is very important. So longer down curve compared to shorter, less down curve bill. Longer legs against shorter legs here, and distinct supercilium versus indistinct supercilium. मतलब ये इसके आगे नहीं जाएगा. If you see the color which I meant, इसका upper parts are much lighter brown than your dunlin का dark brown color. So these are very tricky on field. अभी देख के लगेगा कि yeah, now it is becoming easy, but even today also I get confused when I see them on the field. So it takes me time to identify these waders. What is next? So next is broadbill sandpiper, which is attraction of many birders on our shore. So it is between 16 to 18 centimeter, much smaller than dunlin and curlew sandpiper. What are the features we have to look in? So first is again the bill, downward kinked bill. So इसमें क्या फर्क है? So it comes straight all the way till here, and in the end it just curves downwards. Okay. तो complete ऊपर से नीचे तक curve नहीं रहता है, straight जाके end में उसका curve हो जाता है, bill नीचे झुक जाता है. And as name suggests, broadbill sandpiper, if you see at the base, bill is very broad. Okay, so look for that. Again, shorter, darker legs. Comparison to Dunlin and curly sandpiper, it will have shorter legs. As size में ये छोटा है. And it will have split supercilium. Split supercilium मतलब उसको दो eyebrows है ऐसा लगेगा. एक यहाँ से है, एक यहाँ पे है. ये फोटो में क्लियर नहीं है, लेकिन आगे वाले फोटो में देखने मिल जाएगा. ओके. तो अगेन साइज कंपैरिजन देखोगे तो सैंड फ्लोवर से छोटा लग रहा है, स्किन से थोड़ा ही बड़ा है. एंड इफ यू नोटिस द कलर, रेस्ट ऑफ द वेडर्स आर मोर ब्राउनिश. मतलब उसमें 70 to 80% ब्राउन कलर में 20% ग्रे मिक्स किया ऐसे लगता है. यहाँ पे दिस इज मोर ग्रेइश. तो इसमें से उल्टा है, 70% ग्रे कलर है एंड 20-30% brown color. So you can see the difference in color. So on field also you have to look for the different color का bird, which might be your broad-bill sandpiper. Okay, again bill आगे straight जाके end पे bend हो रहा है. You can see two superciliums here. Okay, shorter leg. हाँ, ये angle में आपको दो supercilium clear दिखते रहेंगे. Can you see it? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Great. So this will make you understand what I mean by split supercilium. So you can see two superciliums each side, you can see. Okay. And again, it is more grayish compared to more brownish like other waders. Okay. So what is next? So we'll see the bill comparison of all three. जैसे हमने देखा कर्ली सैंडपाइपर लंबा, सबसे लंबा बिल, डाउन कर्व ज्यादा है, फाइनर बिल है, पतली बिल है तीनों में. कंपेयर टू डनलिन, डनलिन का बिल देखो कितना छोटा है एंड इट डजंट कर्व दैट मच एज कर्ली सैंडपाइपर का बिल. एंड एट द बेस आल्सो इट इज थिकर, अपीयर्स थिकर देन कर्ली सैंडपाइपर का बिल. वेयरएज ब्रॉड बिल का बिल बेस में ब्रॉड है एज नेम सजेस्ट, स्ट्रेट जाके एकदम एंड में वो बेंड हो रहा है. तो एंड दैट वेरी end of the tip. Okay, so tip में bend हो रहा है. So look for these features. Okay, so in this category we have some unique feature वाला waders. One of them is Terex sandpiper, 22 to 25 size, almost as big as your sand plovers. But because of its unique upturn long bill and yellowish short, yellowish legs, you can easily differentiate it from other waders. ये पागल जैसे बीच पे इधर उधर भागते रहते जोर जोर से उनका prey पकड़ने के लिए. And even base of the bill is yellow. So this is very unique. You won't get confused with any other wader when it comes to Terex sandpiper. One more interesting wader is Rudy Tunstone, which is again 22 to 25 centimeters, as big as your sand plovers. And it also has unique features from other waders. So ये किसी से confusion होता नहीं है इसका. तो क्या है feature? तो shorter bill है, थोड़ा सा मोटा bill है उसका. Next is orangish legs, जो highlight हो जाता है, एकदम fluorescent orangish legs है. And chestnut red pattern, जो किसी वेडर दूसरे वेडर में नहीं दिखता है. And the black breast band जो यहाँ है. This is non-breeding. Breeding में और prominent color आ जाते हैं इसको. So these two waders are in the same category, but they have very unique features, so they are very easy to identify. Okay. So now I want you guys to guess the birds from the info we have so far. So what is this? Just type in. Let me see how many of you can guess this.
The left one is, the one in the front is curly sandpiper.
One in the front, just type in into the chat, so I'll get it.
Curly sandpiper. Where is the chat?
Yeah, okay. So you almost all of you got it right. It is curlew sandpiper. We can see supercilium, distinct supercilium, longer bill, longer legs. So good job, guys. This is curlew sandpiper. Great. Next one. What is this?
Broad builder.
No.
This is very short.
I got
little sand plover.
Very close, but not. Okay, so almost all of you thought this is
sand plover.
Lesser sand plover or Tibetan sand plover, but this is greater sand plover. So see the longer bill, longer legs, and look at the color of legs. What is it? it is yellowish. So lesser sand plover or our Tibetan sand plovers will have darker legs. So keep that in mind. Okay. So these are very confusing. Lesser sand plover, greater sand plover, very minor difference. But you have to see the features like longer legs, paler legs, and bill can be, confusing with the angle of head. So it is okay. I mean, at least you reached up to the plover, which I'm happy. Great. Next one should be easy.
Sanderlin.
Okay. Okay. Second one handling. Anybody else? Okay. So most of you who have guessed it are right. This is Sanderling. As I said, Safedi ki chamkar, black hind toe, and whiter, much more whiter in underparts and dull gray. Okay. Okay. What is this?
Hey.
So I got one broadbill, one dulling. Anybody else?
Darlin.
One more Dunlin, Dunlin. Okay, so those who have guessed Dunlin are right. Great job, guys. So this is Dunlin, shorter, less down curve bill, shorter legs, और broad थोड़ा bill है and indistinct supercilium. As I said कि उसका supercilium जो eyebrow है वो आँख के आगे नहीं जा रहा है. So great. I'm happy that you are passing me in my exam. It was not your exam, it was my exam. Great. Okay. What is this now? You guys are doing great. I'm very happy. Okay, so I got one broadbill.
It's curlew.
Curlew sandpiper.
Yeah.
Two curlew sandpipers, two broadbill, three broadbill, four broadbill. Okay, so broadbill is little ring plover one. So broadbill is winning the race. So should we go with majority or should I tell you right ID?
But
Anyway,
the bill is coming down.
Yeah, majority are right. This is broadbill. So although bill is curving down, you can see it is curving down at the end. End में जाके वो मुड़ रहा है. You can see two supercilium, split supercilium. Also, you can compare the size with sand plovers. If it was curly sand plover, it would have been taller, much shorter legs, grayer in color. You can see brownish against gray color. So this is broadbill. So great job, guys. And one more last. What is this?
Lesser sand plover.
Okay, one lesser sand plover. Anybody else? Anybody else want to guess? Rudy Tunstone, one Kentish. Anyone else? Tibetan sand plover, Tibetan sand plover. Okay, great. So those who have said Tibetan sand plover, they are right. This was a bit tricky because this is leucistic. Leucistic मतलब उसमें pigmentation का problem है, वो white हो रहा है उसका feather. But if you see the features, shorter, darker legs, shorter bill, and collar तो इसमें नहीं पता चलेगा because it is turning white. But बाकी का structure से you can figure out that this is Tibetan sand plover. So great job, guys. I mean, you did great job till here. Now let's move ahead. So now we will move to our next category, medium size waders. Small size waders तो अपने complete हो गए, and I hope you guys understood many of them. The way you gave me answers, almost majority of you were right with that. So we'll move to medium size waders. So if you can see in this photo, look at the size comparison. This is lesser sand plover compared to these golden plovers. So this is the difference in their size. Okay. So now let's start with our first wader in this group, which is Pacific golden plover. Size is between 23 to 26. So what are the features we have to look for? So first is finer bill. Okay. This is plover, so this is again a surface feeder, so it won't have that long bill, but because of its size, its bill appears longer. Okay, longer legs. I'm telling this with comparison with grey plover, which will come ahead. Okay, and it will have golden yellow markings on upper part. You can see more golden yellowish markings. Can you guys mute, please? And it will have hint of supercilium also. So, Carol?
The voice went in between. Voice is still not there.
Yeah, you have to mute yourself so you can hear me properly. Please. Thank you. Yeah. So, these Pacific golden plovers usually prefer these kind of habitats where they can merge in. Like this is a salt pan ka area. On the barns of salt pan, they can hide in the cracks of the sand or such land with texture of their own. So they can merge. Otherwise, you will find them on the rocks on a beach where they can easily hide. अभी ये खड़े हैं इसलिए दिख रहे हैं. Otherwise, if they sit down, you won't be able to figure out कि यहाँ पे एक 50-60 golden plovers का flock है. So look out in this habitat where you can find golden plovers. This is grey plover or black-bellied plover. So this is 23 to 27 to 30 centimeters compared to golden ka size is 23 to 26. So slightly bigger than golden plovers. And how can we differentiate this with golden plover is stouter bill, थोड़ा मोटा bill है इसका. Golden plover का fine एकदम पतला bill था. Then shorter legs compared to golden plover. Golden plover के लंबे पैर रहते हैं. And grey upper part. Okay, जैसे उसमें golden markings थे, तो इसमें grey markings है, grey upper part है. And it looks stocky, मोटा लगता है. खाते पीते घर का वो ऐसे लगता है कि वो डाइट पे है. वो golden plover जो है वो डाइट पे है. So we'll see them side by side. तो कैसे differentiate करना है दोनों को. So this is grey plover, this is golden plover. So as I said, it appears slimmer, upright stance है. It appears stockier, मोटा और थोड़ा horizontal stance है. Stouter bill compared to the finer bill, मोटा versus पतला bill. And short legs compared to the long legs. Long legs की वजह से उसका stance upright लगता है. And grey upper parts versus golden upper parts, yellow golden upper parts. So this is the difference between these two. These can be confused at times, And one more major difference I'll like to tell you. This image is by Girish Sonkar. He is there in Army. Thank you, Girish, for giving me this image. So whenever you see black-bellied plover in flight, you will see black armpits right at the base of the wings. जब वो उड़ रहा है तो उसके wing के base में आपको ये black patch दिखेगा. तो समझ जाना है कि वो golden plover नहीं है. Golden plovers lack this patch. तो ये grey plover में ही रहता है. तो अगर flight में दिख जाए और ये black mark आपको दिख जाए तो understand that this is grey plover or black-bellied plover. Next in this is common green shank. Okay, वो 30 to 34 centimeters उसका size होता है. And what are the features? So slightly longer, stout, मोटा, upturn bill, थोड़ा सा ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है. देखो इसका bill टेरेक जितना ऊपर नहीं है लेकिन slightly upturn है. मोटा bill है, लंबा bill है. Longer legs होते हैं उसके. Stout थोड़े मोटे legs होते हैं. And greenish to yellowish color होता है उनका, more towards greenish. तो ये देखना है अपने को. Again very similar bird to common green shank is common red shank, but as you see size is less, 27 to 29. So shorter bird, much smaller bird, slightly slimmer bird. तो उसमें क्या देखना है? तो orange red base to the bill दोनों और orange red legs. तो ये prominently दिख जाते हैं और लंबे हैं बाकी रेड लेग वाले बर्ड से. टेरेक से कंपेयर करोगे तो बिल अपटर्न नहीं है, बहुत लंबा है. टेरेक से साइज भी बड़ा है. And you will see spots on the upper part and bars on tail. Rarely अपने पास spotted red shank भी दिखता है. उसको कैसे पहचानना? तो उसका जो bill है उसके दोनों पोर्शन रेड नहीं होते. ओनली बेस ऑफ द बिल ऑफ लोअर मैंडिबल, मतलब नीचे वाला जो बिल का पोर्शन है वही रेड होगा. तो दैट इज स्पॉटेड रेड शैंक अगर दिख जाता है तो, विच इज वेरी रेयर इन आवर रीजन. नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट विथ लार्ज साइज वेडर. So these are curlews and Vimral ka flock. Compare them with sand plovers. कितने बड़े हैं? So size much bigger than your small size waders. So let's see one by one कौन से हैं. So first is Eurasian curlew. Curlew sandpiper is different. Eurasian curlew is different. So don't get confused between the two names. Okay. So Eurasian curlew is of 50 to 60 centimeters का size है. काफी बड़ा bird है. And what are the features you have to look for? So longer down curve bill, बहुत लंबा bill है उसका. जैसे हमने देखा उसको कितने अंदर प्रोब करना पड़ता है, उसका फूड कहाँ पे होता है सैंड में. सो इट विल हैव लॉन्गर डाउन कर्व बिल. इट विल हैव यूनिफॉर्म हेड पैटर्न, ज्यादा कोई पैटर्न नहीं होगा, सब सेम कलर होगा यहाँ पे. And it will have taller legs compared to Vimral, which we see next. Okay, so let's see Vimral next. So this is Vimral compared to Curlew. What are the different features? So it will have shorter down curve bill. Curlew से almost half size है इसका bill, and size छोटा होने से इतना down curve दिखता भी नहीं है. Again, more striking head pattern. So क्या striking है? So if you see crown is much darker than Curlew's. It will have a good supercilium also. And it will have eye stripe also. So वो काफी contrasting दिखेगा head में. So more striking head pattern and shorter legs. Curly से उसके legs short हैं. So let's see them side by side. So अभी ये flock में सारे curlews है, बीच में एक Vimral है. So you can see a huge size difference between the two individuals. Okay. Bill का size देखो, इसका कितना छोटा है. As I said, almost half the size of curlews. If you see head pattern, so you will see the difference in head pattern. इसमें ज्यादा कोई पैटर्न नहीं है कर्ल्यू में, कंपेयर टू विम्बरल का डार्कर क्राउन, आई स्ट्राइप, सुपरसिलियम वो प्रोमिनेंट दिख जाता है. सो लुक आउट फॉर दिस डिफरेंस इन दीज टू बर्ड्स. ओके, सो व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट? बार टेल गॉडविट. हाँ, साइज इज 31 to 41. मोस्टली बीचेस पे या इधर दिखेंगे वो, इनलैंड वाटर के पास कम दिखते हैं. तो व्हाट आर द फीचर्स? ओके, तो शॉर्टर अपटन बिल, स्लाइटली अपटन होता है कंपेयर टू ब्लैक टेल गॉडविट. इसका बिल शॉर्ट होता है. बार टेल एज नेम सजेस्ट, ये टेल दिखता नहीं है क्योंकि ये जो विंग के फेदर्स है वो उसको कवर करते हैं. कभी ऐसा उसने टेल नीचे किया तो यू कैन सी द बारिंग ऑन द टेल. दिस इज द टेल, यू कैन सी बारिंग ऑन देम, दैट्स व्हाई दे आर कॉल्ड बार टेल गॉडविट. मोर स्टॉकी, मतलब कंपेयर टू ब्लैक टेल गॉडविट ये मोटा दिखता है. Okay, and shorter legs होते हैं उसके. Okay, now let's see black tail godwit कैसे different है उसके. So as you can see, structurally completely different है. 36 to 44 है compared to our previous godwit. What was the size? I forgot. Sorry, 31 to 44. So slightly bigger bird. What are the features? Longer pink bill, less upturn इतना नहीं दिखता है उसका compared to bar tail. इसका टेल में ब्लैक बैंड रहता है. अभी जैसे मैंने कहा, यूजुअली गॉडविट का टेल इतना इजीली नहीं दिखता है, बट अगर ये फ्लाई करता है तो यू विल बी एबल टू सी द टेल प्रॉपरली. सो यहाँ पे बार्स की जगह ब्लैक स्पॉट रहेगा, एक ही बैंड रहेगा ब्लैक. लॉन्गर नेक, आपने उसका देखा रहेगा तो उसका नेक ऑलमोस्ट नहीं के बराबर था, इसका नेक बहुत लंबा है. एंड लॉन्गर लेग. सो लेट्स सी देम साइड बाय साइड कैसे दिखते हैं. सो अगेन सी द फीचर, शॉर्टर बिल अगेंस्ट लॉन्गर बिल, short neck against long neck, or short legs against tall legs, bars on tail against black tail. And if you see the pattern, so black tail godwit has more uniform pattern, ज़्यादा pattern नहीं है breast पे और upper part पे, compared to your bar tail godwit जिसमें काफी pattern है, scales जैसे दिख रहा है, barring दिख रहा है. So heavily pattern bird compared to this. और ये मोटा लग रहा है, ये पतला लग रहा है. Stocky against slim. Okay. And here comes our showstopper, last bird for our session. So this is Eurasian oyster catcher, 40 to 46 centimeter. क्या features देखने हमें? So striking long reddish orange bill, pinkish legs, reddish eye, and white collar. एकदम यूनिक बर्ड है, तो पहचानने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी. To tell you more about this, when we started birding, especially Amol and all, they started way back. That time Vasai Virar birding was not that famous in people, but this bird got attracted. I mean, birders got attracted because of oyster catcher. Oyster catcher हर winter में Virar के बीच पे दिखते हैं. So people started coming to Vasai Virar to see oyster catchers, and then they explored other beauty of Vasai Virar also. So that's why this bird is on Vasai bird ka logo. We have dedicated our logo to this beauty. So now, things to do when you go for this shorebird walk, or when you go to observe shorebirds. What to do? I mean, पहले तो study your subject. जहाँ पे जा रहे हो वहाँ पे देख लो क्या क्या बर्ड्स अवेलेबल है. जैसे ई बर्ड पे हमें हॉटस्पॉट पे पता चल जाएगा कि व्हाट ऑल स्पीशीज यू आर सपोज टू गेट देयर. So read about them, know your species. जैसे हमने अभी देखा वो फीचर ध्यान में रख के जाओ कि हमको क्या क्या ढूंढना है, क्या क्या देखना है. उसके बाद check the tide table, which is very important. Basically अगर shore birding कर रहे हो तो tide का time देख के आपको जाना है. Mostly preferable time is 2 hours before high tide. Okay, so जैसे ही tide ऊपर आता है तो these birds start congregating. Otherwise low tide में they are very scattered. It becomes very difficult for you to search them or find them. So whenever tide is high, you have to go 2 hours before the tide and pick your spot and settle down. तो एक जगह पकड़ लो जहाँ पे आपको लग रहा है कि यहाँ पे ज्यादा एक्टिविटी दिख रहा है, यहाँ पे पॉसिबिलिटी है वेडर्स कॉन्ग्रीगेट होने के, तो वहां से एक सेफ डिस्टेंस रखे वहां पे सेटल हो जाओ, बैठ जाओ, एक जगह खड़े हो जाओ, ज्यादा मूवमेंट नहीं करना है, अदरवाइज दे गेट स्केयर्ड. And then divide wedges in different groups as we did throughout this session. Divide them with the size of their bill or their own body size. So उनको उस हिसाब से divide करो and try to study them accordingly. Okay. Observe and note down their behavior. As I said कि observe करो क्या उनका structure है, क्या bill है, कैसे behavior है, feeding behavior कैसा है, other behavior कैसा है. So note down all those behaviors, so it will become very easy for you to know about these birds and identify them better when you go there next time. And last is document them. These days all of us have cameras, spotting scopes, so you can document them either in form of photographs or videographs, and then you can make these comparison plates which will help you in future. So to follow up this webinar, we have kept 2 bird watching trails. Tomorrow, if you see, tomorrow 11, we are doing a trail at Gokte, Salt Pan. So Gokte also we get good numbers of waders along with raptors and other grassland birds. And on 12th, we are concluding our bird week at Mamachiwadi, where you will get lots of shorebirds, particularly shorebirds, which we have seen today. So if you guys are interested, do join us so you can practically see all these birds which we have seen in presentation today on field. And tomorrow we have another interesting subject. Amol will be conducting this webinar. Amol have good collection of stamps and coins which have wildlife on it. So Amol will be displaying or giving information about his collection and showing you all these stamps and coins which he has. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for attending today's session and showing patience with me and interactively participating. If you have any queries, you guys can ask me.
Ramesh, the lower part, initial I think I missed out first 5 minutes.
You were not there when I did that?
No, I joined in later on when.
Okay. So you will get into the recording. Don't worry. Okay. I have recorded.
Yeah.
Any other query you guys have?
Sir, I want one more session if possible on shorebirds because it is full new topic for me.
Okay.
Shorebirds.
So, we will be doing shorebird session probably again when their return migration will start. So we'll try to do session on their transformation, how they get breeding plumage and what are the difference between the non-breeding and breeding plumage, and we will follow up it with trail again. We'll try to do that also. So we'll try to conduct these sessions on regular basis, hopefully.
I joined in around the Temming stint.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll get it recording.
Yeah, thank you, Ramesh. Once again, very wonderful session on waders, and you have taken lots of efforts to prepare all the slides and shows the side comparison and everything. So thank you very much for this awesome presentation, Ramesh. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll stop